What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gamescast now, episode 81. I'm Alex. This is our conversational gaming show, and this is the bonus episode of Gamescast now for the month of April. In this video, I wanted to talk about Skybound games. I want to talk about The Wolf Among Us Season 2. I want to talk about if it's possible that Skybound games could make a Wolf Among Us Season 2. So, at the time I'm recording this funny enough, and I didn't expect this, when an article from Variety.com came out talking about the final season of The Walking Dead. They had interviews with people formerly of Telltale. They had interviews from the CEO of Skybound Games. And, I'm recording this, by the way, way early, okay? Very, very early from when the video is actually going up. But it's just funny that article came out the same day I wanted to record this, because the article did two things. If you guys haven't read it, please try and go back, type in Variety on Google and type in The Walking Dead. Try and find this article, because to me, it's a good story. It's a good personal story of people helping each other, and something that really didn't seem possible and seemed like a huge, just a huge thing that happened with Telltale closing and everything that happened with that. It's a cool story that all this was managed, and that people were allowed to come on, and some people left for other jobs, and some people were working two jobs while making this game and things like that. Really cool. However, the negatives to this, and this has been a thing that I think a lot of people have always asked, is once this game was over, once the final season of The Walking Dead was over, could Skybound do other things? Could they possibly make other Telltale games? Could they continue games that we know aren't going to happen now that Telltale is closed? Skybound Games was never designed to even do these kind of things, by the way, and that's what another thing that this article talks about really well is Skybound had 5 or 6 employees at the time Telltale closed, and Skybound is just kind of a company that goes after indie developers and helps publish their games, helps put a game that's on one console on another console. So they do smaller things, but their plan for 2020, because they do plan on getting bigger, their plan for 2020 is to make original IPs, brand new titles by Skybound, and go from there and make those franchises. And that's their plan starting in 2020. Again, this year is kind of just a year of growing and doing things to kind of help indie developers. Now, that's cool. I want to see what people at Skybound can do. And then once this season ended of The Walking Dead, one of the major things kind of talked about, and also talked about in the article, is the desire to do more Walking Dead. At its core, this group that left Telltale, or really all the people that were fired from Telltale, but the ones that were kept by Skybound, and a large amount of Telltale employees really considered Telltale to be The Walking Dead. Kind of what a lot of other people felt. At the same time, though, I really think Telltale is known for their wide variety. I had a lot of fun with a lot of different Telltale games. Tales from the Borderlands is a phenomenal episodic game, and a phenomenal game in general. So good. Wolf Among Us was so amazing. And even I personally loved Minecraft. I thought Minecraft Story Mode Season 1 and 2 were very good. Batman: The Enemy Within, the second season of Batman, I thought was very good. Besides that, yeah, they did make a lot of bombs. I thought the first season of Batman was bad. I thought Game of Thrones was bad. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was bad. So, they've had hit or miss games, but, I think they're known more than just The Walking Dead. Obviously, that's their main thing. But what worried me about the article was the desire to continue to make The Walking Dead. They had talked about possibly a sequel to the final season, that they have ideas of what a potential, if they actually continued it beyond just this 4th season, they have ideas. They want to possibly do spin-offs and keep things going. And that was a thing mentioned throughout episodes 3 and 4, even in between the episodes, when they'd have interviews from these guys making it, that there does seem like a big desire to do a spin-off and to continue, more than anything, is to continue Walking Dead games. Now, you may be saying, Alex, why do you keep talking about Walking Dead? Why are you going on all these tangents? The problem is, and I'll answer it right now, is I don't hear The Wolf Among Us. I don't hear Tales from the Borderlands in those conversations. Everything I've seen when it comes to what Skybound is doing is helping publish games, right? Making their own IPs, making a spin-off to The Walking Dead, and possibly making a sequel to the final season. None of those things are, and in the article they even said, would they have desire to make other Telltale games? But the thing that was brought up, literally the next sentence, was spin-offs of The Walking Dead. So and this is sad. This is honestly not what I wanted to read. Again, it's a feel-good story, but for people that are wanting the other Telltale games games to be saved, like Wolf Among Us, like Tales from the Borderlands. Those are not going to happen. I don't think those are going to happen. That's really, really sad because I really wanted that. Remember even back in the day when Game of Thrones ends, they set that thing up massively, threw it squarely in your face that there was going to be a season 2, and then they even said, like, the next day, we are 100% making a season 2 of Game of Thrones. That never ended up happening. Just want to throw that out. That would have been a good time to do that around this time that season 8's coming out, but, you know, it just sucks in that way that it is such a good story, and I'm really happy for all that happened, and I like that Skybound is going to make their own games, because here's the thing, they'll probably be episodic games, so at least we get to do some different kinds of episodes. I don't want Don't Nod running the episodic world anymore. I thought that they were the best of the best back with Life is Strange Season 1. I thought they handled it the best. I thought even Deck 9, when they made Before the Storm and the Farewell episode, I thought they were doing it better than Telltale, who would release 15 different games a year, but at the same time delay their games, at the same time not give us the games that we wanted, at the same time not give us the release dates. You know, so I thought Don't Nod was doing pretty good, but ever since Life is Strange 2, and if you haven't watched any of my Life is Strange 2 stuff, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of how they've handled it, so I don't want Don't Nod being the only episodic developer out there. I'd like somebody else to go out there and do things well, and so you can say, hey, that is something you need to learn from. You know, that's what Telltale, I think, did a really good job with announcing the release schedule of all 4 episodes of the final season of The Walking Dead. That was awesome. Too bad they shut down halfway through, but that was a good role, I think. That was a good model to go forward. And funny enough, then Life is Strange Season 2 also did the same thing just a few weeks ago. They announced the release schedule for the last 3 episodes, kind of the exact same format that The Walking Dead did. So, you know, these companies can help each other out by kind of beating each other, and I want Skybound to continue doing it. So I'm glad we're going to get games from them. I'm glad we're going to get original IPs from them. I like new games. New games have the possibility of doing brand new things and introducing brand new characters and stories, and I like that. I like to see brand new things because that's really just how we get anything in the gaming world. You don't have a game like an Uncharted, A Thief's End, if you never had the first Uncharted. So I'm glad. I will play their brand new games, okay, their original IPs. I will do that. But at the same time, you know, I think we can have those, and we can also have existing franchises like what Telltale did. Telltale just randomly came up with, let's bring this comic series, this Wolf Among Us, let's bring this to real life. Let's bring this to gaming. And look what they did. They did a phenomenal job. And, you know, was it like the best game in the world? No, but it left a lot. You know, they could really do a lot of amazing things with a Season 2. They can improve it even more. Tales from the Borderlands. Let's take Borderlands. Let's take what people know from Borderlands, but let's make it an episodic story game, and let's make it really, really funny and action-packed and all this stuff. And they knocked it out of the park. They couldn't have done. I think Tales from the Borderlands is one of the better episodic games ever created, and one of the, honestly, the best games ever created. It was such a phenomenal game. So they did such a good job. I want more of those too. I don't just want original IPs. They nailed it with those 2 series specifically, and I want those back. So could Skybound ever do it? I'm sure they could. I'm sure maybe they could form another, maybe they could break off their studio. Don't make it like Telltale. Don't make so many teams going at the same time that you're going to kill yourselves. But, you know, if you can do it and you can split off and you can do 2 different teams, one team kind of resurrecting old Telltale IPs and then another one doing your brand new game, I think that could work. And I think a Wolf Among Us 2, a Season 2 could happen. But honestly, as it stands right now, it's not looking likely. It's not looking likely, I'd say, for at least like half a decade, because I just feel like they're going to be doing a lot of different things, and the Wolf Among Us probably isn't high on their priority list, which does suck. But guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think about Wolf Among Us Season 2? Do you think it can get saved by Skybound? If not, do you think maybe another studio can randomly come in and pick it up, and who would that studio be? Who would you want that to be? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys are notified when all these videos go up, and thank you so much, as always, for watching this video, this Gamescast Now, and I will see you on the next episode.